So just yesterday we made $7,391 trading SPY call options. And now the current trade that I'm currently in is the current SPY trade position is now down 14%. Basically I'm down $137. And basically when did I buy the first call option, right, into SPY? So I bought SPY at 1246. So looking at 1246, which is this candle, or is it this candle? No, this candle. So basically this candle, right, I bought as soon as I saw that I don't even know what I'm saying. Basically, as soon as I saw SPY land on the 9-day moving average, I bought a single SPY call option, and I basically just waited to see if SPY could bounce off the 9-day moving average, right? But unfortunately, that did not happen, right? And so what I wanted to do with my strategy that I've been, testing out, right, was basically, okay, instead of, I guess you could say, instead of just waiting for the position to be down 10%, right? I was like, let's see if I can, buy another SPY call option once the position is down, I don't know, let's say it's down 15%, right? And so basically, right, do I have it here? Basically the position was down 14%, right? But then in my head I was like, okay, maybe instead of aiming for 15%, right, let's aim for 20%. I'll only buy another call option once it's down 20%, and then I will buy another call option there, right? But at the same time, I don't want to be dumb about it either. Like, I don't want to buy each time the position goes down 20% each time. I want to also look into the moving averages. I want to look if the 9-day moving average crossed over the 20-day moving average. I want to look for support levels that SPY could be approaching soon, right? And so basically with that in mind, right, I was like, okay, the position is almost close to being down 20%, right? And basically the next move that I want to look out for, right, is basically, okay, on the daily chart, it looks like it's the 20-day moving average reads 590, right? My next move is to get into 590, right? And basically that way, instead of my average being down like 20%, and when I buy at the 20-day moving average on the daily chart, my position will be now down instead, possibly somewhere around maybe 13-12% now, instead of being down 20%. And then my position, right, let's say SPY decides to have a huge move towards the upside, right, my position will be in the green a lot more faster in a way. And then mix this with with the moving averages, right? So if I see that on the 30-minute time chart, right, let's say on the 30-minute time chart, I start seeing that, okay, the 9-day moving average crosses over the 20-day moving average. Okay, that means that there's going to be a temporary short boost to the upside for SPY. And I feel like this is another opportunity to buy another SPY call option, because I know that if now that my position is now down, I don't know, let's say it's down 12 or 13%, right? And I finally see that 9-day moving average cross exactly on the 20-day moving average, I'm going to buy another single SPY call option there exactly when the 9-day moving average crosses over the 20-day moving average. That way, my position will be in the green a lot more faster, and that way I can sell out the position for a 5 or 10% gain. And basically the goal of this strategy in a way is kind of like, you have to mix a little bit of support levels, and you kind of have to mix a little bit of moving averages in a way to let you know if, okay, if my position is now down, I don't know, 10 or 20%, right, is where SPY, is SPY, right, where it's at right now, is it a good buying opportunity? Is it? And then that's where you decide, like, okay, it's a good buying opportunity, because if I buy here, right, And now my average, instead of being down 10%, and I bought here at the next support level, right, of where SPY is kind of like, floating, right? My position could possibly bounce, towards the upside if SPY decides to use that, support level, right? And so instead of being down 10%, right, your position, when it starts going up, right, it'll be down now, like, instead of 5%. And so you'll be in the green a lot more faster in a way. I'm not really good at explaining, really, but basically, you kind of basically on the, if you're, like day trading, or I guess you should say, if you're like, how do you say it? Swing trading, right? Swing trading means like when you're like holding on to a position for a little bit longer than if you were to day trade. Day trade is just like, that same day you enter and exit out the position for a gain or a loss. Meanwhile, in a way, while you're swing trading, you're trying to hold on to a position and you're kind of hoping for the best to occur, during that trade that you're in. And so basically, step one, right, what you're trying to do is you're trying to basically observe when SPY approaches a certain support level, right? Or basically you're trying to buy SPY when it's super oversold, or where you think it's, SPY is currently oversold. And then you buy a 30-day call option, right? And then, or more, right? And then basically step two is to sell out the position, right, once it's up 5 or 10%. And then if you really feel like, really confident that your trade, that you feel like SPY is going to go berserk, right, then you can aim for a 20% gain. But for me personally, I like to aim for a 15 max percent gain, if not at least a 20 max percent gain. Over more than that percentage, I feel like it's kind of risky. I kind of do want to discover a new, I don't know, I kind of want to discover a strategy where I could aim for higher percentages, but I kind of feel like this strategy is kind of good in a way, because you kind of like, you're not taking that huge risk of being like, okay, let's aim for a 50% gain today, or not today, right, but let's aim for a 50% gain. And if that 50% gain doesn't happen, right, and you're just waiting there for the 50% gain to happen, and you're just like, oh, it's up 30%, but I'm not selling yet. And then the next day, SPY snaps to the downside, right? You basically missed out on that small, 10, 20, 30% gain. And then you're like, oh, I missed out on that small little percentage gain because I was in my head being like, oh, I wanted that 50% gain. I kind of need to come up with a strategy on how can I achieve like bigger percentage gains. So, but I'll have to see, how I can do that. I honestly don't have a strategy for that yet, but I do have this strategy that I'm sharing with you guys. So, this is, I guess you could say day one of like what's going on with this current trade. Basically, it's down $100 after hours. It looks like, oh, well, is that after hours? I don't know. Basically, right now the position is down 14%. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, do your own research when when you're doing investing or trading options. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, take care and bye.